Hello, everyone. You are welcome to this week's Tech Test webinar on cloud data integration with cloud data quality. I'm Vrinda, your host for today's session, and we are joined by Shiv Patel, Principal Customer Success Technologist from the CSM team as a presenter for this session. Before we start the session, let's go through some housekeeping tips. The duration of the webinar is 1 hour. That includes a 15-minute Q&A. You can post your queries in the Q&A box. Dial-in participants are muted for the entire session. The session is being recorded and will be available in the Informatica Support YouTube channel and the Success Portal. You'll be able to download the slide deck from the Success Portal. Please feel free to put in your feedback and suggestions for the session in the post-webinar survey. The Tech Tuesdays webinars are hosted within the Success Portal, which is a micro-learning platform that offers free and unlimited learning to all registered users. This feature-rich platform was launched to help you learn and use Informatica products better. There are a few important links that you can go over later that will help you in your product adoption journey with Informatica. Over to you, Shiv. Thank you.
Thank you, Vrinda, and hello, everyone. So, moving on to the agenda directly for this webinar. So today we are going to cover the first, what is data quality, then what is data profiling and how we can solve this data profiling in IICS. And then we are going to talk about different data quality assets in IICS, right? So, and then finally we'll have the demo sessions. Moving on. So basically, in the what is data quality? In order to understand any data quality, we need to do the discovery of the data, right? And when I say discovery, it means you need to profile the data and try to understand what kind of data I have, by different data issues or data quality goals, if you have any. For example, like null, not null, min, max value, those kind of, and then different patterns you can have in your data discovery. So based on the data discovery, you will have those data quality identification, and then you would want to define your data quality rules, like by implementing certain dictionaries, certain rule specifications that you want to do the data cleansing. And so those are different, we have the different data quality assets, then you can build those data quality rules on that, right? Once you have defined the data quality rules, then you'd want to apply those data quality assets in your data ingestion pipeline, right? And that's where our data integration mapping comes in handy, where you can simply by dragging and dropping you can integrate the data quality rules, right? So once you have applied the data quality in the data ingestion pipeline, then you would want to measure those progress, right? How do you measure? I mean, maybe using scorecard or doing the profiling again on those data sets, and you can have different threshold alerts as well. And in this session, we are not going to cover the scorecard, and the scorecard is the feature that we have as part of data quality and data governance cloud offering, right? Moving on. So in IICS, when you log in, you see two microservices. One is data quality and one is data profiling, right? So in the data quality, you'll be seeing those different data quality assets that I was talking about, right? Moving to next slide. Now, like data profiling that we talked about, right? So basically, it does the data schema, analyzing the data schemas, determine the data quality of, determine the quality of data across the sources by doing the simply parsing the data sets, and if you have any rules, it will apply those rules as well while doing the data profiling. And with this, you'll be able to understand the completeness, conformity, and consistency of the data across the data source, right? And if there, you'll understand the quality of your data sets. Moving to next slide. These are different statistics that you would get when you do the data profiling, like nulls, distinct, non-distinct, blank, and on the value side, min, max. And then you can also have the different patterns within the data sets, right? And when you do the data profiling, you can apply, you can also add some tools, and that's what it's mentioning here. You can perform what if scenarios by using different assets, maplet, parser, verifier, clean, and all, right? Okay, so moving to, so once you have the data discovery, now you want to apply those rules, data quality rules by using different data quality assets, right? And we have around 7 data quality assets like verifier, labeler, deduplicate, cleansing, dictionary, rules specifically, and parsing, right? So moving to next slide. Using verifier assets, right? So verifier asset is basically it's for evaluating the accuracy and deliverability of your address records. So the way it happens is you will have those definitions define your verifier assets. You'll try to parse the data set addresses on the input addresses, and then you can have this tool will give you the accuracy of the data sets. If there are any errors, you want to have the fixing the error or in enrichment the addresses. Those things you can definitely do that, and also it will give you the report on the quality of each addresses, right? So, and then also you can certify it based on different countries' addresses. It can like verify assets can perform following operations like let's say, yeah. Verifier can perform the following operations. It will verify the address. It can give you the different formattings, in the standard format that you want. It can also suggest you the additional information around the address, measures. It can give you the match percentage and all, and enrichment and certification also you can do it through the verify assets. So with our verify assets for specifically for address, you get tons of features like almost a whole world address, and then out of the box. So these are different outputs that I'm trying to show here. In the format and all that. Then we have the labeler assets. In the labeler assets, basically you can derive information about the content and structure of the data, right? So based on your input, you can have the token labeling or character labeling, and with this you will be understanding what kind of data you have, and you can have those format defined. So I mean, while doing token labeling, you can analyze one or more tokens. And character, you can also look into the characters, so individual characters. So when to use a labeler assets, right? So when you want to verify certain business information with dictionaries, so that's when labeler comes handy. Identify data by character format, and review the structure of your input data, right? And these are a few out of the box regular expressions that we are trying to show, right? So if you want to, let's say, label the email, right? So you can have those out of the box pattern, and then different words that we have. Moving to next assets, deduplicate assets. So in the deduplicate assets, like the name is mentioning here, right? So you can calculate the degree of similarity between records and generates, and then basically you calculate the similarity between records, and you can generate the output based on this calculation, or you can also get the match accuracy as well. And it does the matching based on the identity matching, single source data sets. And here, identity is just a set of data values, and collectively, it basically identifies the person or organization. Okay, moving to next slide. Duplicate. Basically, the methodology for this asset is it has set of instructions for the deduplicate transformations, and you select the type of identity to search for it runtime, and and define the search criteria to the input data, right? So this is how you define it, right? Define the duplicates consolidation. Moving to next slide. Cleans assets, right? So it's again a set of one or more data transformation steps that can standardize the form and content of your data. Basically perform cleanse and merge operations on the input fields. So I think with cleanse assets you'll have to use the dictionary data quality assets. I mean, one of the options is not you'll have to use all the time. With this, you can standardize the data, improve data consistency in a data set, fix errors and data. Again, it can come with this. You can have it complies with the regular standard, regularity standards. Prepare for downstream data quality initiatives, and I mean, you can also merge data quality merge data fields to effectively, manage your data sets for your different business needs, right? And some of these steps that is highlighting here is like converting the case, removing the values, replacing the values like that. Moving to the next slide. On the dictionary assets, so you will be creating the reference data sets that you can use to evaluate data in the mapping. So what happens is when you have the mapping when you have the data sets and you want to evaluate against some different data, right? So this is the custom built reference dictionary that you can create in the UI portal, and I mean, you can collaborate with business users or business analysts to create this dictionaries. Basically, you can use dictionaries to verify the data values on a data source or another object in a mapping. Basically, operations for dictionary is it compares input field data to the data in the dictionary. If matches transformation performs an action based on definition, right? So this is just an example. If you have various area code for the phone number area code, then you can define the if you are getting a phone number with 2228, then you'll be able to get the Mississippi as a dictionary response, right? We have the parse assets as a again data quality assets. So using parse asset to basically it improves the structure. Using this, you can improve the structure of the data, and you can define a set of operations that can identify the discrete values and write the appropriate output field, right? So for different data sets, if you want to have different parsing and looking at specific field, then this data quality assets come handy. So here in the parse operation, you can have those, dictionary, regular expressions, and some pre-built pattern to identify the values. And based on this parsing, you can have the appropriate output. So, for example, in the dictionary that we show, right, if you want to see, if you want to get the area code, or if you want to find the phone number city, right? So you can use the phone number area code in the dictionary and get the city name appropriately or state name appropriately. Rule specific assets, again, rules. This is where you define the business rules, business rule to parse your the data, business rule to basically uh, apply in your data sets while doing the data ingestion, right, or data profiling. So basically, you define the types of the data that business data sets contains. You can have different set of conditions, like here, if else, and then you can perform the actions accordingly. And that's about the rule specification. And this is just again we are showing here. If you have regular data ingestion, cloud data integration pipeline, and in the same pipeline, if you want to add the data quality assets by simply adding the data transformation, the data quality transformation, like cleansing, standardizing, disablers, and verifier by enriching the address. And let's say now we can't deduplicate, then do that using this. Let's go to demo session for this.
Okay, so first thing we do in data quality is we have out of the box bundles. So we would like to install and copy. So we go to administrator. Once you go to administrator, go on add-on bundles and look for available bundles, right? So look for data quality, search like this, and you go here and copy bundles, right? And there are many bundles I have already installed and copied. So for example, CDQ name parsing information I will install, and copied bundle. I have many bundles that we have copied, right? So data quality bundles. So what it means is it copies the out of the box bundles that we have, and I'm going to go through on those things one by one, right? So once when you copy and install it, install in your data quality services. Now when you go to the copy location is what you have given, right? So yeah, so under CDQ bundles, I have copied all my out of the box bundles. So for example, now we can go to the one by one data quality assets, right? So what I mean is when you go through the new, right? So these are different data quality assets that we have, and we have gone through as part of the PPT, right? So and out of the box bundles. So this data quality assets bundle we have already created. So for example, if you go for the dictionary, right? So dictionary is let's say, let me open any of them. Name prefix dictionary, right? So this is, I think, the dictionary that we have. So if I'm just trying to see if I have any US name which we can recognize. Anyway, so these are the prefix. So the dictionary is like rem dot, and if the name comes under this various name like remador, rem, right? So all these things will be this prefix now. And this is out of the box, right? So if you want to create your own, you can just simply go and create your own dictionary and have the the approach that you want to have, or your data quality analyst can fill in this information, right? Like the phone number that we have gone through. So this is how you maintain the dictionary. And dictionary pretty much just definition is this is just dependencies. Once you start using the dictionary in certain different assets, then it will show the differences of those assets. So that's about the dictionary. Let me see if I have any other. I mean, we have the bunch of other dictionary that we can use, like for example, gender information. So I think the name which is common, so it may not be known, right? So is it male or female? So that's where it's a U. That whatever, wherever the name is very common for female or male, then it's so marked as a U or M and F. So that's the dictionary. Now let's see if we have. Okay, so cleansing data quality assets, right? So this is again out of the box, which you can use, or if you want to have a different way, you can use it. Yeah, so in the definition tab, it's just a naming and which location that you want to save. Then we have this instance is nothing but your input field that we are talking about. So input field and what rule that you want to apply on the cleansing on that. So replace values, remove spaces, right? So so you have the mode, replace customer string with new data value, and water cleaning space that you want to add, right? So for example, yeah, okay. So replace customer string with new value, right? So that new value is the hyphen that you want to add space around hyphen, right? So if you have space, then you want to add hyphen around it, and remove leading and trailing spaces, right? So for example, this, right? So this is how the input is, and you can test it out here. Okay, so that's around cleansing. And if you want to see any other out of the box cleansing, cleansing assets is, for example, country ISO character. So on country ISO character, let's see, what do we have in the out of the box? Yeah, so on the country ISO character, this says this is using the dictionary, right? So this is what I was saying, the US asset references, right? So this is using the dictionary for dictionary for cleansing, right? So we can open it from here. So if you have as a full country name, then you want to replace with the column 4. Now let's open this dictionary, and the dictionary is column on. I think okay. So Republican of South Sudan and the countries. So now, as part of cleansing, you have the input value, and output you would want as a column 4, for example, right? And this is what it's trying to say. So this is the column code. So you want in code, right? So that's what it's showing. So let's say, and replace input value with the dictionary value. So this is your dictionary value, valid column 4, and the element is pipe. Yeah, so this is column 4, and that's what the cleansing is. So you can cleanse your address based on this, right? That's the cleansing. And cleansing is using in the dictionary in this case. So you can have your regular expression or your dictionary based cleansing mechanism. And there are a bunch of there are many other cleansing out of the box. So I think most of the time you can use our out of the box the assets or bundles. Sometimes if you have to create your own, you can go and simply create it. And creating is just so go here, work on cleansing, then So we'll go ahead and you can configure the cleansing mechanism that you want to have, right? Convert case value, replace value, and what case, right? For example, and then you can have what kind of output that you want to set up. So you can configure the cleansing mechanism, cleansing data quality assets appropriately. So that's about the cleansing assets dictionary we have gone through. Now let's see deduplicate, right? So now if you want to deduplicate on the company name, okay. So again, same thing, definition is not much, it's just about naming. Then go to the deduplication. In deduplication, the organization name and data locale. You can have many data locales that you want to have, which is language specific. And then preference performance would be again custom or fast and less. So you can select that, and deduplicate is this, right? So and so this is company name, right? So AT&T, we call it AT&T Wireless, AT&T T Wireless. So all this name belongs to AT&T, and that's what the when you have this kind of name, and then you want to see the level of duplicates, and that's what this is going to check based on the name, right? This is the based on the organization company name and based on the locale, right? So that's how the out of the box bundle will help to do it for you. Now we can see another name. So it will just try to look into those names, the keyword, and which is getting repeated, and based on that, it will give you the duplicate label. And same thing, person name, and if you have the data locale. Okay, so that's about deduplicate. Now, the parse is there. Let's see. Try to see. We may have better parse. Okay, and there also, the maplet also we provide as part of out of the box, right? So if you see the maplet where you may need to have many data quality or data transformation that you may need to apply, and that's what the maplet. So let's say if you have input field and expression, and this is like complete incomplete, right? So this is for maplet completeness. So based on the logic, so this is how you can have those logic built in. And there are many maplets around it, right? So you can just use any of them and enhance it based on your need, and go from there. Now parsing, right? So let's say email from text, right? Same thing on the configuration tab. Now it's based on regular expression. You can build it, and this is from. So basically, sometimes you have the comment field, and on comment field you may have the email, right? So you can this is a regular expression that you can. So as part of example, what we have seen is my email is this. So you just need to extract the email, right? So that's what this parsing data quality assets will help you to do it, and that's what the regular expression is about. And here we have some kind of, this is built in, right? So again, built in, if you go to select, and you can see many built-in functions are there already. So passport number, SSN, yeah, like that. So you can use any of them. And then if you want to have your own custom, you can build in your custom, right? So that's about the parsing data quality assets. And again, right, so same thing. So all those built-in the function that I was saying, and it has many out of the box for you. So for example, parse Brazil phone number, right? So I believe yeah, so same thing, right? Parse Brazilian phone number, and this is the string about it. Yeah, so the country code and everything, and before number, uh, phone number, after number, right? So in this case, what is before number, what is after number, like that. So you can test for it as well. So that's about the parsing, right? So now moving to rule specification, right? So in the rule specification is kind of again postcode validation, for example, you mean zip code, right? So yeah. So in the input, so this is your input field, which is your postcode or zip code, and it's simple valid invalid data quality rule in this case, right? So if post case is not null, then valid, no rule statement, then invalid, right? So this is how you can add your rule statements here and build your own logic over here. So this is just how to the box, and yeah. So there are many codes that we have already. Again, so this is just out of the box rule that you can use it for your project, and if you need custom, then you can build new one. And here same thing, right? So length, input, reverse. This is just a bunch of more rules, right, that you can apply. Yeah. Okay. That's about the rule specification, right? Mm. Yeah. Just wanted to go to verification, right? So the address verification. And again, this is Brazil address verification, I believe. So yeah, so this is like different input fields that you have having, address line, last line, postal code. Now you want to have the output based on that, right? So for example, in the single address element, you want to have country, you can have country. Then pre-formatted data can be your address line, last line, and the status code, right? So this is your verification status code and match percentage. And on the enrichment, if you want to add geocoding or any other information that is country specific, you can do that. So these are the four kind of output type we have, which is a single address element, status code, enrichment, and yeah. And it has many that input model, discrete, hybrid, multi-line. So let's look into some other one if we have. So yeah, so let's go for the US address. So let's open the US address and see this is a multi-line format, hybrid format to geocode and all. So we can, let's try with the multi-line first. Yeah, so same thing, this is the input. And then we can go output that you are looking for. Verification status code percentage, formatted address, right? So in the formatted address line, this is there, yeah. So yeah, I mean, that's what, if you are getting the address in multi-line, that's how you can do it. But yeah, so this is verifier is for your address verification, and if you have specific so that you want to build it on your own, then you can go here and build the address verification, and same thing. So what are the inputs that you are getting in your field, and you can select it. Yeah, or you can add it. Yeah, and those input and whatever the output field that you are trying to see, right? So that's about the address verification. I think almost. I think out of the box, we have some more out of the box bundles that you can, like I was showing you, so you can download. But on the data quality assets point of view, I think that's pretty much it, right? So we have rules specification, we say dictionary, we have seen verification, verifier, address verification, we have seen cleansing also we saw, deduplicate on the company name we saw, parsing on the emails we saw, and labeler. Yeah, labeler, I think we did not see, right? So on the labeler, let's see if you have any labeler. Okay, so labeler is not there. So let me try to open the example for labeler. Yeah, so on the labeler, when you look here, we search for label. This. Okay, let me look for the labeler that we have created. I don't want to create. Okay. Phone. Okay, so let's see the labeler phone email. Yeah, so on the labeler, right, we try to pull the information and label it, whether it's a phone, email, or okay. So this is token-based labeling, and based on the input, right? So it's trying to label out the phone, email, credit card, and all US code SSN, right? So this is your input field, and you want to label it appropriately, right? So for every, for example, SSN, we have this regular expression, US postcode, this side. So this is how you can label it. And we also have the character base, right? So on the character, you can based on the cities, you can do it. So if you go and create the labeler, this is token based. So token base is good. Now if you go to the configuration, yeah. So this is based on the token character. Okay. Now if you just say characters, okay. So here dictionary based also you can do it. So dictionary, for example, city. Let's see if we have any dictionary. Yeah. So this is I think a project specific, right? So if you can just select the city, so based on the city, then you can then label it with that. So yeah. So yeah. Anyway, I mean, so based on the dictionary, you can make the label, or if you want to, okay, or if you want to make a label based on the character sets, right? So you can have the X or something, right? So built in, you can have character sets and then label. If you want to just say X, then it will just do X, right? So similarly, that's the label about it, right? So that's yeah, the dictionary value, and based on this, you can just have the output. So that's about the labeler. Okay, so now we have gone through all the data quality assets. Now we'll go through the how these data quality assets can be used in the data profiling and the data integration pipeline, right? Yeah. So let's go to data profiling. Yeah. So on the data profiling, let me open into new tab. Yeah. So on the data profiling, let's say I have a profile employee address. Yeah. So basically what we do is we go and create the data profiling task, and within the data profiling task, you can have these, you can select the source, select the object. So I just created already one, so I'll go through that. So the location, the source, this is the column, the table is employee address. You can have all row of first, if it's a table is really large one, then you want to do that on the sample data, for example, right? And the rules that you want to have. So the let's say, for example, I have the employee address, right? So on the employee address, you may want to do the um, uh, rule on the address verification or on the name, and if your phone number or social, then you can have those appropriate cleansing or any other rules that you want to apply in the data profiling. So that's what we can do. Yeah, so it's taking time. So for some of the fields that I have built I have implemented the rules, and that's what we are going to see here. So give it a second. Yeah. So for example, remove extra space address line verification, right? So that's the two rules I have. But if you want to add more rules, you can simply go and add the rules, right, based on the input fields. And if you have any schedules that you want to specify, right? So for example, if you have the batch load going on every day in the morning or in the night, and after that you want to run the profiling, then you can run it, and based on this profiling, you can send an email notification, right? So once you have this profiling completed, then you may want to, you will see the result like this, right? So this is a preview data of your data sets, and yeah. So this will just talk about the city, country, county, estate, and this is the address line. The rule result basically, right? So on the address, what was the profiling data set that you have, right? So this gives you all the different kind of statistics, and if you have this rules on the city, right? So on the details, you can see the distinct and values, different kind of values, right? Now on the rules, you can see the result as well, right? Yeah, and similarly on the state, you can see. Yeah, so that's about the address, and we have to remove extra spaces. Yeah. Yeah. So that's the profiling, right? And that's how you can see the profiling. Now we'll go to the data integration mapping, how we can use it, right? So if you go to the data integration, yeah, so on the data integration, right? So what we do is this, we simply go and create the mapping. So of course you can select the source and target. Now what are the data quality, right? So for example, if you want to cleanse your input data set, so you can select the cleanse transformation, and this is your the data quality assets that you have created, right? So, for example, cleanse remove space. You can just add select on the remove space here. Now, if you want to add the, for example, deduplicate, so you can add the deduplicate, and the again same thing, right? So deduplicate, you can go and select the deduplicate data quality assets, right? For example, so let's say the individual name. You simply select the deduplicate, and similarly, we have the labeler. You can select the labeler. Then, if you have any, you want to parse any specific field, you can select parsing. And if you have any rules that you want to apply, or you want to get as another part of output, and address verification, right? So yeah, so address verification. So yeah, so we did the labeler that time, and okay, we did not. So deduplicate, right? So you go in, select the deduplicate, go to the labeler, and you want to, let's say, that data quality assets token specific labeler that you want to select, right? So you can go and select this, right? So this will give you the output field labeled output tokenized data, right? And every transformation will have its own output field, and these are the fields that you are going to be adding into the target or just a specific field that you are looking. So on the parse, same thing, go and just select the parse. And so this is just as an example. You can yeah. So just to go and you can select those different data quality assets that you have. Yeah, so again, parsing, this will have specific output first word or overflow and parse, right? So that's how you can select different data quality assets and enrich your target and have the load to those specific data integration mapping. You can add it in your data integration mapping and load into the target. Yeah, and I mean, I'm just going through pretty fast because of the shortage of time. So yeah, I think on the data quality, right? So the idea was so by profiling you can discover, and then after doing this all this data quality implementation in your data ingestion pipeline, then you can profile to the target table, right? So far when you did the profiling, do it on the source side, so you would know the data quality data quality statistics. Once after doing all this cleansing, if you do the data quality on the target, so you may see the better result of your data quality assets, right? So that's the whole idea. So you basically discover the quality of your data and then apply these specific rules, data quality rules, and then do the data profiling on the target, right? So you'll have the complete cycle of your data quality measurements. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Thank you. Thanks for your time, and we'll go through the Q&A session right now. Yeah.
If you have any doubts regarding this session, please post your queries in the Q&A box. We'll try and answer them. Over to you, Shiv.
Yeah, thank you, Vinda. So, yeah, I think there were a couple of questions around scorecarding, and scorecarding we do support in our cloud data warehouse or data catalog IACS module. And if you are interested, then please reach out to your CSM, respective CSM, and they will be able to enable for you. That's about the scorecarding. And there were a couple of questions around profile result export. So we do have CDQ APIs, REST APIs, which you can call and get the result. So yeah, I think once we have the email handy, then I will respond to you with the knowledge base article with the API related. And someone from our team did the Tech Tuesday, so it has the detailed video as well. There are a couple of questions coming up. So what are your recommendation on how to handle the DQ issue which is found in CDI utilizing CDQ objects, mark, drop records, etc.? So, I mean, in broader context for any data quality issue, you can have appropriate data quality assets and define the data cleansing or data enrichment logic and use it in your data ingestion pipeline, right? The way we have explained. Especially for dropping records, if you have, I mean, if you are based on certain data quality filter, you're dropping the record, then you can have some kind of audit balance table or error log table where you can ingest those bad record, right? I think that's what the question is about. Yeah, so the way to do is you can have a router transformation and or filter transformation for your good record and bad record, and have separate table or file to ingest those bad data, right? There are questions. Can we do join analysis profiling in? So join analysis, I believe we cannot really do. The way to do join analysis, if you're really looking into it, maybe have a view or database object which you can use it in data profiling to do the data profiling, right? So we don't have the join functionality in the profiling yet, but I think our team is constantly working on improvement. We may get it, but yeah, I think the way to do is maybe you can have a separate profiling for both the object and then compare the statistics, right? For exporting the data profiling results, and that's what the API I was talking about. We'll share the API related details, or if you have this, I mean, you guys are already in Success Portal, right? So if you search about the past data quality Tech Tuesday or data profile Tech Tuesday, you will be able to see we have one of the webinar for explicitly for this data profile result related APIs. You can definitely take a look into it. How do we add comments to the profiling so that IT team can fix it like? On the profiling, you cannot really add the comment directly, but based on those findings, right? Using, let's say, if you want to have completely end-to-end automated email system, then based on this profile finding, you can have some kind of email trigger, or you can leverage some of the APIs to do all this data analysis. Currently, deduplication supports on identifying matching. Yeah, I think the feature-wise, our team is constantly working on data quality, cloud data quality, and we should be having some additional features soon. And in every cycle, we are adding more features to it. Yeah. Can we migrate the existing code 10 for data quality? So we don't right now. Our Informatica team is working on to build the migration utility tool. So we have PowerCenter to IACS data. I mean PowerCenter to data integration migration utility tool. But for IDQ to CDQ kind of thing, they are working on it, and very soon we should be having some migration utility from Informatica. So our team is working on it. Okay, so for scorecarding, you don't have to buy the, okay, sorry, let me repeat the question. So do we have to buy a license for EDC for scorecarding? So there's no, for scorecarding, we have like cloud version of enterprise data quality is cloud data governance, data cataloging. So you may need to purchase cloud data governance and cataloging. So it's not really EDC, it's a very lighter version in cloud. So you can definitely take a look into that context of scorecarding. We don't have really for migration utility, we don't have the timeline yet, but this is one of the priority our product team is working on. If you are looking into specific, I think you should reach out to CSM, and then they will be able to connect to the respective product team and see what is the roadmap. But as far as we know, we don't have immediate availability, which I am aware of. So scorecarding we talked about. Can verifier works without passing the country info, but all the other fields? I mean, I think we'll have to see, but in order to do the verification, right? Basically, without country, you brought your address search across the country. Now, I mean, maybe you can hard code if you are looking for the address, but you are not getting the address, you are not getting the country name from the respective address field. Then I think I'll have to look into it, but there must be some way to do the search around it. Now, how would we focus on the specific country, right? That's where the challenge would be. If you don't get it, but if you know what all address, what all country it may belong, maybe you can hard code it before passing into the verifier. That can be one of the workaround. Yeah. Let me read. So, could you explain how value, frequency outliers, and pattern outliers work in data profiling? Does it measure relative to whole table or values within the specific column? So this works within a specific column actually. So it every field has its own data type and the type of value. So it basically it will try to analyze that particular column and give those outliers. And based on data type, it will try to give the pattern and the distinct, not distinct, max, min kind of value.
Thank you, Shiv. Let's wait for some more time, maybe 1 more minute for questions. While we wait, just wanted to call out that this session is being recorded and will be available in the Informatica Support YouTube channel and the Success Portal. You'll also be able to download the slide deck from the Success Portal. Also, please put in your feedbacks and suggestions in the post-webinar survey, where we'll get to know your suggestions for future webinars. We can schedule webinars based on your interests, like that. So over to you, Shiv. I think there are no more questions. Let's wait for some more time.
Yeah, I mean, I think thanks everyone for giving your time to attend this session. We really appreciate all your effort and all our customers. So it all, it gives us the encouragement to do this kind of sessions. So thank you, everyone.
Yeah, looks like we don't have any questions coming in. Thank you, Shiv, for this wonderful session. Thanks everyone for joining. Hope everyone is safe. And thank you, Ankit and Nalin, for helping with the Q&As during the Q&A session. Thanks a lot. See you on our next Tech Tuesdays. Bye.